I had the opposite of big and wide arms because my arms in general were long and they were also thin because of its bone structure. But I always wanted arms that looked like I was training even when I was wearing a t-shirt. Didn't happen. But let's go over all the mistakes you can make when it comes to training your brachialis, because there are a few, the exercises and techniques, so you can get the most out of your training. Brachialis is a deep muscle that runs underneath-ish your biceps, and it may or may not give a bigger appearance to it. And all it does is flexing your elbow when your wrist is in a neutral position. So that only means one thing: you can never fully isolate it because it's always going to work together with your bicep. But with the neutral wrist position, you can still bias it and hope for the best. There are only two mistakes that you can make when it comes to training your brachialis, and the first one is the swing reps. And I think it's an ego thing, because you just want to show everybody that you are the strongest in the gym. But are you trying to train quarter squat or your brachialis? Let the muscle do its job and only initiate the movement from your lower arms. You will probably drop some weight, but who cares? And the second one is half repping. Believe it or not, there are still so many people doing this, and I want to tie this to an ego thing as well. At this point, I'm not sure. The biceps will lose leverage at higher degrees, so this is your best chance to put more tension on them by going all the way up, and I know the strength curve is going to drop down. The execution is simple. You just have to keep your wrist neutral and curl the way all the way up. It is already a muscle that you can hardly see and tell if it's growing. So using all kind of cheating and modification that's going to make its progression unpredictable is everything but wise. And my favorite exercises are seated hammer curl. And I like this version where you have an arm support because it can prevent all kind of motion, so you can make sure that you're standardizing your form. And you hear all kind of things, like you have to move the weight in towards your body instead of just going neutral up or going a bit out because of its better alignment, and that's true. However, you should focus on getting stronger on this exercise rather than these small things and adjustments. That's not going to make much difference unless you feel discomfort at the joint. And whatever anybody says, you can take this exercise all the way to failure for all sets, because what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You are going to stop at halfway and drop the weight. And in terms of recovery, if you go to the gym and you can still progress this exercise in terms of weight, reps, or you can match the reps what you were doing previously. If it is your worst day, then you recovered enough. Crossbody hammer curl, there are so many advice on it, like slide the weight up on your body or keep your wrist down just to take out your forearm from the exercise. Don't do it. Or curl your wrist up so you can get more out of your brachialis or put more tension on it. You actually don't. The reason why this exercise is good is because of the alignment of the muscle. And that's something we were talking about in the beginning, but that's the main reason. And I know it's an alternating one, it takes a bit longer just to finish the exercise, but it is fine. The only thing you have to remember, as long as you are crossing your body, there is no set way to do it. You can do it however you like. Just make sure that when it comes across your body, there is little to no elbow motion. And try not to take any momentum or jerking motion whenever you are trying to initiate the movement, because that's what I see all the time. If that happens, you just have to lower the weight. And you can take this exercise all the way to failure. And when you believe that you are at failure, you are not. You can still keep pushing it, probably 1 or 2 more reps, if not 3. If you do 4 to 6 sets per week, all the way to failure, then I can guarantee that this muscle is going to grow, given that you are progressively getting stronger, and it is going to contribute to a bigger and fuller looking biceps or arms. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. Talk to you in the next one.